Did you know that more than half of seniors, yes, around 60%, don't have a proper emergency kit ready at home? It's a shocking statistic because emergencies don't wait for the perfect moment. Whether it's a sudden power outage, unexpected storm, or a medical emergency, being unprepared can turn a manageable situation into a stressful, even dangerous one. Imagine being caught off guard without the essentials you need, water, medications, or a way to call for help. How would you feel? Scared? Frustrated? Vulnerable? Now picture this. Having everything you need packed neatly in one simple box, right at your fingertips, ready for any crisis. No last-minute scrambling, no searching through drawers or cabinets, just peace of mind knowing you're ready. This isn't just about stuff. It's about feeling secure, independent, and confident in your own home no matter what happens. Welcome to Better Aging Advice. I'm your host, Lewis. If you want to stay one step ahead, prepared, and calm when life throws curveballs, you're in the right place. Before we dive in, take a moment to hit subscribe and tap the like button. It really helps us share these important tips with seniors just like you. Trust me, this small action can make a big difference for you and others who need to hear this message. Let's get you ready to face any emergency with confidence and calm. Hazel is 72 years young and lives alone in a warm, inviting apartment filled with memories and mementos of a life well lived. She's someone who cherishes the simple joys, a blooming garden on her balcony, a good book by the window, and the quiet moments that come with independence. But like many seniors, Hazel understands that life can throw unexpected challenges her way, sometimes in the form of situations that leave her feeling vulnerable. Just a few weeks ago, Hazel experienced something that shook her sense of security, a sudden power outage that plunged her apartment into darkness for several hours. At first, she thought it would be a minor inconvenience, but soon she realized how unprepared she really was. The flashlight was buried deep in a cluttered drawer, batteries were dead, and she didn't have enough water or food stocked for even a few hours. Her phone battery was low, and the lack of light made moving around unsafe. Hazel felt isolated and anxious, worrying about what could happen if the outage lasted longer or if there was an emergency she couldn't handle on her own. That night, Hazel made a decision. She wasn't going to let that helpless feeling take over again. She began researching and putting together a plan to create an emergency kit tailored just for her. Something simple, organized, and easy to access whenever she needed it. Hazel's kit would include not only the basics like water and snacks, but also the little things she hadn't thought of before: extra reading glasses, a backup phone charger, and a list of emergency contacts all in one place. Her journey to build this kit became a turning point. Hazel's story isn't just about preparing for the worst. It's about reclaiming control and confidence in her daily life. It's about knowing she's ready for whatever comes her way and finding peace in that preparedness. And that's why her experience inspired this video, to help you create your own emergency kit that fits your unique needs and lifestyle. Because just like Hazel, you deserve to feel safe, secure, and ready for anything. This isn't just a checklist. It's a lifeline, a comfort, and a powerful reminder that age doesn't mean vulnerability. It means wisdom and preparation. So, let's dive in and build a kit that will keep you calm, collected, and cared for no matter what happens. Emergencies can happen to anyone at any time, but for seniors, the stakes often feel much higher. Whether it's a sudden power outage, an unexpected fall, a medical issue, or even a natural disaster like a storm or earthquake, these events can quickly turn from inconvenient to dangerous. Each situation demands a level of preparedness that many of us might overlook until it's too late. Let's start with power outages, something most of us take for granted until the lights suddenly go out. For seniors, losing electricity isn't just about being in the dark. It means no heat or air conditioning, no way to charge a phone, and often no access to vital medical equipment like oxygen machines or refrigerated medications. Hazel experienced this firsthand during that blackout she faced. She remembers the eerie silence in her apartment and the creeping fear as hours passed without any sign of power returning. What made it worse was the feeling of helplessness, not knowing if she had enough water or if she could safely navigate her home in the dark. That night, Hazel understood just how critical it is to be prepared. Falls are another common emergency that seniors face. often leading to serious injuries or prolonged periods before help arrives. Having an emergency kit can make a big difference here. Think of items like a personal alarm, a charged phone, or easy access to a flashlight. Hazel's kit now includes these tools, giving her the confidence that if she ever takes a tumble, she can get help quickly. Medical emergencies can be sudden and scary. From heart issues to diabetic episodes, having your medications, prescriptions, and important health information organized and ready to go can save precious time in a crisis. Hazel learned this the hard way when she realized her emergency contacts and medical info were scattered across different places, something she quickly fixed. And then there are natural disasters, storms, floods, or even extreme heat waves that often catch people unprepared. For seniors, these events are not only physically challenging but emotionally overwhelming. Hazel recalls hearing about neighbors struggling during a recent storm because they hadn't planned ahead. Having an emergency kit helps ease that anxiety and keeps you ready to evacuate or shelter in place safely. So why does every senior need an emergency kit? Because it's not just about surviving the moment. It's about reclaiming your peace of mind, your independence, and your safety. Hazel's story shows us that it's never too late to prepare, and it can truly make all the difference when an unexpected event arrives. Have you ever experienced an emergency that caught you off guard? Tell us below. We'd love to hear your story and learn from your experience. When it comes to building an emergency kit that truly serves you, starting with the basics is key. These are the essentials every senior should have ready, organized, and easy to grab in a moment's notice. Think of this kit as your personal safety net, a small investment in peace of mind that can make a world of difference when things don't go as planned. First up, water. You'll want at least 1 gallon of water per person per day, enough to last at least 3 days. Water is life, and during emergencies, clean drinking water isn't always available. Hazel learned this during a summer heat wave when her local supply was disrupted. She keeps several sealed bottles in her kit and rotates them regularly to ensure freshness. Next, non-perishable food. Think canned goods, protein bars, dried fruits, or nuts. These foods don't require refrigeration, and they provide the energy and nutrients your body needs when you can't cook or shop. Hazel's favorite? Trail mix with almonds, dried cranberries, and dark chocolate chips. It's a tasty, easy-to-carry snack that gives her a quick boost of energy during uncertain times. Remember to choose foods you actually enjoy and can eat without preparation. A reliable flashlight and extra batteries are must-haves. You don't want to be fumbling in the dark looking for light. Hazel chose a compact LED flashlight that fits perfectly in her emergency box and keeps a set of fresh batteries sealed and ready. She even labeled the batteries pack, so it's clear which ones go with the flashlight. Next, a well-stocked first aid kit tailored to your needs. Bandages, antiseptic wipes, gauze, medical tape, and over-the-counter pain relievers are essential. Hazel added a few extras like a digital thermometer and allergy medication because of her personal health concerns. Customizing your kit is important. Think about what you might need and include it. Don't forget your medications. This is critical. Keep a supply of your daily medications, along with a list of dosages and the prescribing doctor's contact info. Hazel stores hers in a waterproof container to avoid any damage, and she updates this list every few months. Equally important are your important documents, copies of ID, insurance cards, medical records, and emergency contact information. Keep these in a waterproof, portable folder inside your kit. Hazel added a USB drive with digital copies, just in case. One of the best tips Hazel discovered was to use easy-to-access packaging and clear labeling for everything. Her emergency box is a sturdy plastic container with a bright label that says "Emergency Kit" in bold letters. Inside, smaller Ziploc bags keep items grouped, like food in one bag, medications in another. This simple organization helps her quickly find what she needs without panic. Building your emergency kit might seem overwhelming at first, but breaking it down into these essentials makes it manageable. And the best part? Once it's assembled, you'll feel that wonderful sense of calm that comes with being prepared. Which of these items do you already have in your emergency kit? Let us know in the comments. Sharing your tips could help someone else get started today. When we think about emergency kits, it's easy to focus on the obvious essentials: water, food, flashlight, But there are some crucial items seniors often overlook, and these secret additions can make all the difference when you're facing an unexpected situation. Take Hazel's experience, for example. During that power outage she faced, one thing caught her off guard: her reading glasses. In the dim light, trying to read instructions or locate important items became frustrating and stressful because her only pair was nowhere to be found. Since then, she always keeps an extra pair of reading glasses in her emergency kit. If you rely on glasses or contacts, this is a small but vital addition that can save you from a lot of hassle. Another often forgotten item is hearing aid batteries. Many seniors depend on hearing aids daily, and during an emergency, having fresh batteries on hand is essential. Dead batteries can cut you off from crucial communication, especially when you might need to hear emergency broadcasts or calls for help. Hazel learned this the hard way after her hearing aid stopped working mid-outage. Now, she keeps a dedicated pack of batteries in her kit and checks them regularly. An emergency contact list is a simple but powerful tool. It should include names and numbers of family, friends, doctors, and neighbors who can assist you if needed. Hazel keeps her list laminated and stored in her emergency kit, so it won't get damaged if the box gets wet or jostled. This way, if your phone battery dies or is lost, you still have the information you need to reach out. For those with mobility challenges, including a small, foldable cane or walking stick in the kit can be a lifesaver. These compact aids can help maintain balance and confidence, especially if you're navigating your home in low light or dealing with a minor injury. Hazel found this incredibly useful after a minor fall once, allowing her to stay mobile until she could get assistance. Last but definitely not least, don't forget your phone charger and a power bank. During emergencies, your smartphone is a lifeline. It connects you to loved ones, emergency services, and vital updates. Hazel always carries a portable power bank now, so even if the power goes out, she can recharge her phone and stay connected. These secret items may seem small, but their impact is huge. They address everyday challenges seniors face that often get overlooked in typical emergency kits, making your preparedness not just about survival, but about maintaining comfort and dignity when it matters most. But wait till you hear about the one item that most seniors never think to include, yet it could be the single most important thing in your kit. Stay tuned for the next chapter, where I'll reveal this surprising must-have that could change how you handle emergencies forever. Have you ever forgotten a small but important item during an emergency? Share your story in the comments. We're all here to learn and support each other. Hazel had always considered herself pretty independent. She managed her garden, cooked all her meals, and took walks every morning. But all it took was one fall, just one, to shake that sense of security. It was a chilly evening when she slipped in her kitchen, her leg gave out, and she couldn't get up. Her phone was in the other room, and shouting for help did nothing. That's when she remembered the little device hanging from her neck, her personal emergency alarm. This device wasn't fancy. In fact, Hazel had hesitated to wear it at all. "I'm not old enough for that," she used to say with a chuckle. But that night, it became her lifeline. With one press of a button, a loud, piercing alarm filled the apartment, loud enough for her neighbor across the hall to hear. Within minutes, help had arrived. That single moment changed how Hazel and many of her friends think about preparedness. So what is this game changer? It's called a personal emergency alarm, and it's one of the most powerful, overlooked tools seniors can include in their emergency kit. These small, lightweight devices can be worn around the neck or attached to your keychain. With the press of a button, they emit a loud sound or, in some models, alert emergency services or contacts immediately. Here's why it matters. You don't need to reach your phone. Whether your phone is dead, out of reach, or you're disoriented, this device is always within arm's reach. It works in silence. In situations where you can't speak, like a fall or a health episode, you can still call for help without uttering a word. It brings peace of mind, not just for you, but for your loved ones who worry when you're alone. Hazel's daughter now sleeps easier knowing her mom has this backup. What makes this tool even more powerful is how affordable and simple it is. Some alarms just make noise, while others offer GPS tracking and emergency texting features. Hazel's model was under $25 and required no monthly fees. She keeps one in her kit and another on her bedside table, just in case. And it's not just for extreme emergencies. Hazel once used it during a dizzy spell when she wasn't sure she could walk safely to her phone. She pressed the alarm, and within minutes her neighbor came to check on her. Too often, we associate these devices with frailty. But the truth? They're tools of empowerment. They give seniors the ability to act, to be proactive, and to take control even when life throws curveballs. For Hazel, that little device became her voice when she couldn't speak, and her reach when help felt far away. Would you consider adding something like this to your emergency kit? Why or why not? Share your thoughts in the comments. Your perspective might be the push someone else needs to take that step towards safety and peace of mind. Coming up next, we'll walk you through exactly how to build your kit step by step, and the easy mistake Hazel almost made that you'll want to avoid. Hazel's turning point didn't come from a disaster. It came from a realization. After a brief health scare during a snowstorm, she sat in her living room, looking around at all the items she thought would keep her safe. Flashlight in the bedroom drawer under old batteries. First aid kit somewhere behind the canned peas in the kitchen. Medications scattered across the bathroom shelf, half of them expired. That night, she thought, what's the use of having supplies if I can't reach them when I need them? So Hazel got serious. And what she created wasn't just a collection of emergency items. It was a lifeline. Here's exactly how she did it, and how you can too. Step 1. Choose the right container. Hazel quickly learned that grabbing just any old box wouldn't cut it. She needed something sturdy, practical, and built for emergencies. So, she chose a durable plastic container with a tight sealing lid and easy grip handles. But here's the clever part. She picked one in bright red. Why? Because it's instantly visible, even in low lighting or when she's feeling anxious and rushed. In the chaos of a power outage or a storm, that color stands out like a beacon. She also made sure it was water resistant, since even a minor flood or spill can ruin critical supplies like medication, paperwork, or electronics. And for those in areas prone to earthquakes, hurricanes, or blizzards, she suggests investing in a shockproof or waterproof bin. Lastly, weight matters. If it's too bulky to move on your own, it won't be much help when time is tight. Hazel tested hers to ensure she could carry it herself. No help needed. Because in a real emergency, independence can make all the difference. Step 2. Think in layers and labels. Hazel knew that being prepared meant more than just having the right items. It meant being able to find and use them fast. So instead of tossing everything into a single cluttered box, she organized her emergency kit like a pro. She used clear zip pouches and small resealable bags to group items by category, creating layers that made it easy to grab exactly what she needed, even in a stressful moment. She sorted everything into sections: health, daily medications, a well-stocked first aid kit, a pill organizer with a week's supply, and a couple of spare prescription slips in case she had to refill anything unexpectedly. Power and light, flashlight, backup batteries, a small portable lantern, and glow sticks for soft lighting at night without draining power. Food and water. She packed shelf-stable snacks like granola bars and her favorite, peanut butter crackers. She added bottled water and even included a manual can opener for good measure. Documents and contacts. Laminated copies of her ID, insurance cards, and a printed emergency contact list with phone numbers and addresses, not just stored on her phone. To avoid confusion, Hazel labeled each pouch in large, bold letters using a waterproof marker. Even if her hands were shaky or her glasses weren't nearby, she could still quickly tell what was what. For added peace of mind, she slipped in simple, step-by-step instructions for how to use certain items, like her personal emergency alarm or portable oxygen tank, so she wouldn't have to rely on memory during a high-stress moment. Step 3. Keep it within reach. One of the biggest mistakes Hazel sees people make? Storing their emergency kit in the attic, back closet, or somewhere labeled just in case. But during an emergency, just in case becomes right now. And digging through boxes or climbing into storage isn't just inconvenient, it can be dangerous. Hazel placed her main kit right by the front door, tucked into a low cabinet she can easily reach, even if she's sitting or not feeling steady on her feet. No bending, no rummaging, no confusion. In a blackout, all she needs is a flashlight and one step to get to everything she might need. But she didn't stop there. Hazel also prepared a second, smaller kit for her car, neatly packed in a soft-sided tote that fits under the seat. It's lightweight, portable, and filled with essentials tailored for being out and about. Inside are a bottle of water, a protein bar, hand sanitizer, an emergency contact card, a mini flashlight, and a spare phone charger with a power bank. You never know when you'll get stuck somewhere or your phone dies while you're out, Hazel says. And she's right. That little kit saved her once when she was stuck for hours in traffic during a summer heat wave. Her insulated cold pack helped her stay cool, and the extra water kept her from dehydrating. It's a simple prep that made a big difference, without needing to panic or call for help. Because when it comes to emergencies, where you store your supplies is just as important as what's inside. The emotional payoff. The biggest benefit isn't just safety, it's peace of mind. Every time Hazel walks past her kit, she smiles. It's not just a box, she says. It's my way of telling myself, you're ready. You're capable. You've got this. Having her emergency kit in plain sight gives her a daily sense of calm, not fear. And in a world that often feels unpredictable, that calm is worth more than gold. Hazel also noticed that organizing her kit sparked a chain reaction. Her neighbor across the hall started one, then her niece, and now a group at her local senior center are holding monthly prep parties to help each other get ready. Do you have an emergency kit right now? If yes, where do you keep it? If not, what's stopping you from getting started? Let us know in the comments. You might help someone else take that first important step. Coming up next, Hazel shares the one final tip that brought everything together, and it's something almost no one thinks to do until it's too late. Stay with us. Building the perfect emergency kit is only half the battle. Keeping it up to date is what truly makes it life-saving. Hazel learned this lesson the thoughtful way, not the hard way, and she wants you to learn it too. Imagine opening your kit in the middle of a storm, only to find the batteries corroded, the snacks stale, or your medication expired. That's not just frustrating, it can be dangerous. That's why Hazel treats her emergency kit like a living thing. Every 6 months, she gives it a full refresh. And she doesn't rely on memory. She uses her old-fashioned paper calendar, right on her fridge, to schedule 2 kit check days every year, once in early spring and again in the fall. Simple red stars mark the days, and she treats them like a doctor's appointment, non-negotiable. On those days, she checks expiration dates on all her medications and food items. She replaces anything nearing its limit with a fresh supply. Batteries, she swaps out the old ones, even if they still work, and rotates them into her regular household use. Flashlights and lanterns, she tests each one to make sure they still turn on. Water bottles, she refreshes them, making sure nothing has leaked or grown stale. Paperwork, she updates her emergency contact list, especially if anyone has changed numbers or moved. Phone charger and power bank, she charges them fully, so they're ready the moment she needs them. One year, Hazel even found a small leak had formed in a water bottle cap. It had started to soak through one of her paper pouches. Had she not checked in time, her insurance documents might have been ruined. Don't wait until it's too late to update your kit, she says firmly. Emergencies are already stressful. You don't want to add disappointment and regret to the mix. Hazel keeps a small checklist taped to the inside of her kit's lid, too. That way, she doesn't have to rely on memory when she opens it for maintenance. She goes through it step by step, no guesswork. And here's the beautiful part. Doing these quick checks gives Hazel a deep sense of calm and control. Every time she crosses off that list, she feels a little stronger, a little safer. Like she's taking care of her future self. And that feeling? It's worth every minute. Now, let's see how Hazel's life changed after putting her kit together. When we first met Hazel, she was just like many of us, living comfortably, enjoying her days tending to her garden, catching up on her favorite radio shows, and making the most of her independence. But under that quiet routine, there was a sense of unease she couldn't quite shake. That night when the lights went out, and the world outside her window turned completely dark, Hazel realized how unprepared she truly was. No flashlight within reach, no phone charger, no clear plan, just darkness, silence, and a rising sense of vulnerability. But instead of waiting for something worse to happen, Hazel took action. And what she created wasn't just a box of supplies. It was a symbol of her strength. She turned worry into wisdom, anxious uncertainty into empowered preparedness. Now, every time the wind howls or a news alert breaks in, Hazel doesn't panic. She simply glances at her emergency kit by the front door, and she breathes a little easier. She knows where everything is. She knows it's ready, and she knows she's ready too. Her friends noticed the change. Her daughter said she sounded more confident on the phone, and Hazel herself? She sleeps better. "I don't feel like a victim anymore," she said with a proud little smile. "I feel like someone who's got her act together." Because in the end, an emergency kit isn't just a box. It's your peace of mind, your lifeline, and your way of saying, "I care about my life, and I'm ready to protect it." If you've been putting this off, Hazel's story is your sign. You don't need to wait for a disaster to remind you how important it is to be prepared. You can start today with one container, a few essentials, and the decision to take control. And remember, it's not just about you. Having a kit ready means your loved ones can breathe easier too, knowing that you're looking out for yourself, even when they can't be there. So if this video inspired you, even just a little, hit that like button and share it with someone who needs to hear this today. Whether it's your neighbor, a friend from church, or your own adult children, let's make preparedness a movement, not an afterthought. And don't forget to subscribe to Better Aging Advice, where we bring you simple, powerful tips to help you live safer, wiser, and with confidence every single day.